Hello everyone. In this video, we will learn about Account Factory for Terraform (AFT). We will learn what is the purpose of AFT and how we can use it to create new accounts, new AWS accounts in an automated way. So in my previous video, I have set up all the landing zone. And once you set up the landing zone, this is how your organizations looks like. You will see this OU, security OUs, and under that, these two accounts will get created in an automated way. And after that, you will create the OUs as per your requirement, and you can create all these OUs using Terraform also, and make sure that whenever you create these OUs, they are registered. If they are not registered, then the AFT functionality will not work as expected. So to start with, we have our root account right now and we need to create all these OUs. So how did I start working on this using an automated process? So this is used to create any resources which are required at the root account level, which would be very little, but there would be little resources that you have to create it. So first thing, to create any resources and have manage your Terraform state file, you need a Terraform S3 bucket. So for that, first I have a code for creating a S3 bucket. You provide the bucket name and the DB name. And the code for that is very simple. If you go there, I am just creating a bucket name, public access block, bucket versioning, server side encryption, and ownership. And then I have this DynamoDB code to create the DynamoDB table. So this is the first requirement to create a S3 bucket and the DynamoDB table, so that you can now manage all your Terraform state files in that particular bucket. So in this folders, first you will have this S3 where you will create everything. Now second part, now you have your account set up. Now you need OUs, right? First you have created everything using landing zone. It created default OUs, everything. But now you need more OUs, right? So for that you will create a code to create OUs. So it is for this demo, like I'm creating the infrastructure OUs that is used to store your all shared infrastructure. And then you will create a workload OUs, and under that you will have development, your staging, and the production. We are taking the example in this way. So make sure that you create all those things using Terraform, so that in future if you have to apply any SCPs like service control policies to any of the OUs, it is easier to apply it, and everything is in GitHub, so that is helpful. So now you have these OUs created successfully using Terraform, and make sure all these OUs on your AWS account showing you as a enabled, not like inactive like that. It should be succeeded, or it should say enrolled. So you have the base setup now. Now to create any AWS accounts, we don't want to create manually. So for that, AWS provides this AWS Control Tower Account Factory for Terraform. So how we can deploy that? So the best practice says that you create one dedicated account to install this Tower Account Factory. So here you can see, set up an account factory for AFT environments with a new dedicated AFT management account. So we will be calling it as AFT management account. So instead of doing everything at the root account, you will create one account manually to start with, just this account. So for that, you will log into your AWS control tower, and here there is an account factory. And then you can just click on create account, provide your account email and display name and the OUs. So you will select your infrastructure OU because this is your infrastructure, and then click create account. So it will create the account. And you know, when you create account in your AWS control tower, it automatically creates all IAM roles, so that this particular account can access your AFT management account. So the cross account role setup was already there with from this account whenever you create a new account. So we are good there. So now we have created a new account. Now we have created the AFT management account. Now we have to deploy this AFT, right? To set up that account. So how we will do that? So for that, it says that before you configure and launch your AFT environments, you must have these resources available. So first is your home region for your AWS control tower landing zone. So we already have that. AWS control tower landing zone, we have this part, and AFT management account, we just created that, right? Which we have created manually, or you can create by any means, but just enroll it into your control tower. So we did this part, and now we need to make sure that we have like Terraform installed and GitHub providers, like whichever source control you are using, that should be okay. But you just need to define that like GitHub, GitLab, or whatever it is. And then a runtime environment, simple, your local machines from where you can run your Terraform modules. So they have their workshop also to set up this AFT environment now. So we have already created this and create AFT management account also. Now the next part is we are deploying your AFT first time. So we need to have the GitHub, GitLab provider so that we can create the repositories there and use it. So it says you must create 4 GitHub repo before you start with this AFT deployment pattern. So if you go to this particular repositories, AFT sample account request, and there are others. So let me just show you. So you have to clone these repos. So this is one AFT sample account customization, account provisioning customizations, account request, and account global customization. So you can import these repo, clone these repo, however you want to. You can just do it on your particular source control, whichever you are using. It also says that because these repositories contains example configurations to kick off your new account provisioning using AFTs. So make sure that you create it, and when you are importing it or creating it, make sure you put the name as AFT account request and remove the sample from there. You have to have the content as it is. So it is like a copy paste all the content from these sample repositories to your new repo. Similarly, you will have to do this for all the 4 repositories. Okay. So once you have done that part, then you can just check if you are doing it from your locally that you have all these installed. And then your next part is you have to bootstrap the AFT, right? Basically run this AFT modules. And what it will do, it will launch the AFT pipeline into your AFT management account. And you can see, important, you must have your AFT management account enrolled. So I have shown you that when you are creating the OUs, make sure those are enrolled. If they are not enrolled, then please do it before you start doing this process. So now we will do the Terraform state file. So I have already did all these parts, right? In the previous step, we set up our S3 bucket and the DynamoDB table. So we have all those things. We need to have the AFT instructions. So here, if you do that part, and here you can see this is all we have. And this is the module that we need to call. And to get the details of this particular repo, you can go to this particular GitHub repo and check out all the details. But this is what you need to provide: your management account ID, your log archive account ID, your audit account ID. You already have all these details, and your AFT management account ID, that the one that you have created just now, and your home region, your Terraform version variables, and then your providers. So whichever providers you are using, you need to provide it. And now this is where you configure your repos. So your organizations, whatever your organization is, and then your repo name. So these are very important that you set up these repo before you apply these changes. And then there are a lot of options, CloudTrail, False, whatever you want to do, you can do that part. So what I have done here, you can see this is my bootstrap file, and this is false, false, true, and AFT enable VPC and all those things. So I have run this part, and this particular module creates 303 resources into your management account. We will talk about all those things also, but I just want to tell you that yes, this particular module creates that much of resources there. So this part is done. Then it says once you do this part, then you have to grant account factory portfolio to AFT management role. So what does that mean? So after you run that AFT module, you will go to your service catalog and you will see that it has created this portfolio. Using this portfolio, that AFT management account will provision new accounts, right? But this is created into your super admin accounts, yeah, your root account, but your AFT or pipeline was running in different account. So be- so because of that, this is like grant account factory portfolio to AFT management role. So you have to do that part. So if you look at my Terraform code, you are assigning that portfolio to that particular account. This would be your root account role so that it has access. Okay. And run this command to just make sure that it is working or not. So you can see portfolio share to AWS AFT execution. So now let's talk about this particular diagram. So after you deploy that deployment module, what it has done, it is your AFT management account. It uses your, now how it is running. So now we will see what it is running and how things will work. So here you can see we created the GitHub repo or whatever it is. It is going to code build. It is creating something in DynamoDB, and then in control tower management account, it has this AWS service catalog that we have seen, right? I have shown you that it has created the account provisioning portfolio there, and that particular portfolio is calling AWS step function in your AFT management account. And because of that reason, you have set up that IAM role permissions or shared that thing. And here you have AWS step functions, which is used for account provisioning framework and customization. And here how your account customization is running using AWS code build. And then here you can see using AWS control tower, you created the vended account, means your new AWS account. So now just let's log in to your AWS account where we have deployed this management account and see what it has deployed, everything, right? We'll just check it. Till now, what we have done, we have deployed AFT into our AFT management account, and we have imported all our AFT account configuration repositories, right? So I can just explain it. Account request is used to create new accounts. Account provisioning is used to do any customizations that apply to all accounts. This stage runs before your global customization, and it manages non-Terraform also. Global customizations manages Terraform based customizations that apply to all accounts created by and managed with AFT. And then you have an option to do the account level customization also, to apply some customizations only to specific accounts. So generally, how does it help? This account request, you create a new account in an automated way. Once account is created and you want to apply any kind of resources, anything, you use global customizations that apply to all the accounts. And if you have account specific customizations, like in security accounts or in any accounts you want to have different level of configurations, you have that option also. So before we start doing the testing, what you have to do, you have to open your AWS AFT management account, and you will go to your AWS developer tools, and in settings connections you will see some pending connections because we have not enabled that. So you will click on that and approve that, and pending connections you need to verify it. So that means that your code build or your this code star connections have grant access to your GitHub or GitLab repository. So you have to do that part first. Once that is done, then whenever you push anything to your GitHub, it will trigger the builds or the pipelines. Okay, so till now we have completed the setup part. So now I wanted to tell you how, if I have to run a new, if I have to create a new account, how would I do that part. Now we will go to our repo which we have created, or clone AFT account request. And if you look at there, this is all from there. I have not modified anything. But what this account request is doing, it is creating a DynamoDB table mostly and variables, and it is just a template for the provider configurations. So now to create any new account, you will create a file. It's an with name of your account. That would be the best practice. You will call this module, and here you will provide the details like your account email, your account name, your organization unit, right? Where you want to create this particular account, you will provide that, and then your username details. And account tags, you can provide anything. Change management parameters, custom fields. So I have not changed anything, and it is like whatever they have provided in the example, because in case you have provided anything wrong or your template is not up to the mark as per the AFT, then it will fail. So as soon as you push this to your GitHub, it will start pushing your code pipeline, right? It will trigger the code pipeline build for that. So let me show you how does that work. So now let's talk about what happened when you push a Terraform file for a new AWS account. So here is your Terraform files, and it goes to AFT management account. And this is your code pipeline AFT account request. So if you go there, this is your AFT account request. What this particular thing is doing, it is actually running your Terraform code, right? And your Terraform code is the one, this is your AFT account request, and it is actually creating a DynamoDB table, right? That is the only thing it is doing. So it just run the Terraform apply. So in case of any errors, you should be able to see the code build output and check if it is failing for any errors. Because it can fail if you are trying to run the same thing again and again. You might see the error that entry already exists in DynamoDB. Because if something fails in between, AFT does not provide any rollback. So you need to make sure that you delete the stuff before retrying it. So you check this part, and then it is actually calling your code build ct aft account request, and your code build is actually creating a DynamoDB table. So let me just go there. So if you go there, there is a table called AFT request. And under that, if you open it, you will see that an entry related to your account exists. And this particular DynamoDB table, if you go to export and streams, you should see that it is triggering two Lambda functions. one is account request action trigger and the audit trigger. And if you look at the documentation, after DynamoDB table, it goes to account request action trigger. And now what does that Lambda function do? It creates the queue. In SQS queue, it creates one entry there. And then it goes to that, as soon as there is an entry, that SQS queue is calling that AFT account request processor. So that is another one Lambda functions. And if there is anything failing, because when you are initially trying it, it could fail because of any reason. All the logs are going there. So if you go there, you will see all the related logs. So if it is failing in request processor, you should be able to see that something is failing there. Okay. So here you can see SQS messages and everything. So make sure that you check the logs if you see that account is not getting created. But to how to check that log, you need to make sure that you are following uh, all the steps and find out where it is actually failing. So if this pass, if this pass, if this pass, so make sure that you are checking the actual correct log files. And this is the step that is actually request processor. So here you might see, if you have provided the email ID which already exists, you will see in the logs that it is already exist. And when you are retrying it, so basically this Lambda functions is creating the account factory service catalog portfolio. So it is actually creating the product. And if it fails in between, and if you have to rerun it again, you need to make sure that if you go to your service catalog and product list, delete the one which are failed. You will see the errors for whatever reason they are failing. So this is that, and then it's control tower, and then it's capture the events. It goes there, it creates everything, and then you will have your vended account with all global and account customization. So if you can see, your provisioning customization also runs, and it does if there is any customization. And if you have any account level customizations, you will see account ID hyphen your provisioning customizations based on your account also, and you can check all the logs here. So this is how you do the setup. And if you, it's very important, and this particular sections provide you all the details how it is running. So here you can see DynamoDB tables, and then trigger sections, which two Lambda functions it is triggering, and then you can monitor them, and then you can check this SQS queue, and then there is another Lambda functions which is triggered every 5 minutes to receive message from this SQS queue. And then this Lambda functions create a account factory service catalog. So this is the explanation of that AFT module, that it has created 300 resources, right? So how everything is working now. So that's how you set up a new account. And as soon as it's there, and it should be after, it takes around 30 minutes to set up the AWS account, and after that you should be able to see it. And here you can see the provisioning framework also. So here you will see if there is any customizations for the account level, global customizations, this is how that runs. This is all automated, and you should be able to check all the logs as well. So here actually it calls the state machines also. So it is complex, and it is very difficult to troubleshoot when something is failing for the initial setup when you are testing it. So I would say make sure that you follow the proper guidelines, what is important, what you have to set, and then check the CloudWatch logs. It will provide you mostly all the details. And if it is failing in service catalog, make sure you check the service catalog portfolio also. So you will find all the details, all the errors there. But if you follow this, and if you follow my video, you should be able to set up this for your AWS organization, and it should work end to end. Thank you.